Welcome to Tips for Improving Sleep, the second part of the four-part workshop Introduction to Better Sleep from Carers in Hertfordshire. As we said earlier, sleep is a vital part of a healthy lifestyle, and there are certain parts of a healthy lifestyle that do particularly influence our sleep, such as exercise. Exercising during the day can help us sleep better at night. To see most benefit, it's best to allow at least 1 hour to cool down before bed. This is because your body cools down naturally as you fall asleep, so if you're still hot from an intense workout, it takes longer to cool down and longer to fall asleep. Our diet can also influence our sleep. There are plenty of vitamins and minerals that are associated with a good night's sleep, including magnesium, niacin, and vitamins B6 and B12. B12 is particularly important for vegans to consider because it's generally found in animal-based products, not plant foods. If you follow a vegan diet, you might want to consider a supplement or fortified foods such as some breakfast cereals or breads. Another thing to consider in your diet is tryptophan. This is an essential amino acid that helps the body make melatonin, the hormone that helps control the sleep cycle. It's found in oats, bananas, dates, and other foods. We all know that there are lots of things we should avoid as part of a healthy lifestyle, so I'll go through a few of them and explain how they can affect our sleep. Caffeine is an obvious one, found in tea, coffee, and also in dark chocolate, sadly. Especially important to avoid caffeine in the evening or afternoon because it does take a long time to leave our bodies. Caffeine delays melatonin production, which, as we've just found out, is the hormone that helps control the sleep cycle. Another thing to avoid is alcohol. Although it can help people fall asleep quicker at first, it disrupts the sleep cycle and makes you more likely to wake between stages. So if you're someone who has no trouble falling off to sleep but wakes up in the night, maybe look at alcohol intake. Sugar is another one that is more likely to cause you to wake in the night. Spicy food too close to bedtime can raise the body temperature, which makes it harder to fall asleep. Heavy fatty food too close to bedtime, like cheese, anything that's hard to digest, can cause heartburn and stimulate brain activity. And as we know, if you're thinking about things, it can be harder for your brain to switch off. Any fluids too close to bedtime, obviously you want to stay hydrated, but try not to drink too much too close to bedtime because that can cause nighttime toilet trips and waking. As well as our overall lifestyle, there are certain habits that we can build into bedtime to increase our chances of a good night's sleep. Let's start with the things to avoid first of all. Blue light from screens like phones, TV, computers is something to avoid. Blue light delays the release of melatonin, the hormone that controls the sleep cycle. Also consider avoiding any mentally stimulating activities before bed, so playing games, working too late, any emotional or exciting TV, anything that kind of gets you worked up or your brain working. If you already have trouble sleeping at night, try cutting out naps. Naps work for some people, but if you're sleeping in the day and not at night, it might be worth cutting out the nap and seeing if that helps. Another thing you can do is create a sleep-friendly environment. Keep the bedroom for sleep, not for eating, not for working, so your mind and your body associates that space with sleep. Bedrooms should also be kept at about 18 to 21 degrees Celsius to allow the body temperature to drop before sleep. This makes it easier to fall asleep. Also, think about using blackout blinds or eye masks. The room should be dark and quiet if possible to minimize disruption to the sleep cycle. Another habit that you can build into your bedtime is having a bedtime routine. This means going to bed at a regular time, usually between 8 p.m. and midnight, will allow the right balance of REM and non-REM sleep, get as many sleep cycles in as possible. Try having a hot bath before bed because your body naturally cools down after a hot bath, and um, this will help you fall asleep. If you want, you can add Epsom salts to the bath to boost your magnesium levels. When we fall asleep, often we have our minds racing, and that's the time that our brains choose to turn on. So it's important to take some time to clear your mind if you can. Write a short to-do list for tomorrow if you're thinking about what's in store. There's been research that shows writing a to-do list instead of a journal that reflects on your day is actually better at helping you fall asleep quicker. You could read a little bit before bed. Some people find that really helps send them off to sleep. Do a little bit of colouring if you've got one of those colouring books, or you could listen to calming music. Um, some calming classical music can help people drift off. That's the end of part 2. Our next video will cover relaxation.